gosh, y'all think about what you're doing.
Yeah. And it's easy to get to a place where you're so delusional or caught up in whatever you're going through and you make mistakes. People can make mistakes. One of my comments said, why would you give people that power? Understand this. Trusting someone is not giving them power.
It's
Trusting them is
not.
what you're supposed to do. How you
Yes.
react to their disrespectful bullshit can give them power. But do not beat yourself up for trusting somebody like this.
I wish I
You
had a mic right now. I'd have dropped that bitch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 12th edition of the Savage Corner. You guys know what time it is. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on the notifications to keep up with everything Savage Corner. It is St. Patty's Day. At least it is on the day we're recording it, but not on the day that you guys will be seeing it. So, but I had to go get my little green on. Look at you in that hat.
It's St. Patty's Day. I didn't want you to pinch me.
Kind of hard to pinch from Virginia, but
You know what? You need to be sitting right here in this bed with me, buddy.
it's coming. It's coming soon.
I know. I know.
Oh man, it's been a heck of a week.
It has been a heck of a week. We have been super busy.
Super busy,
And
right?
I am, by the way, this is our 12th episode.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Hello, friend. That is amazing.
Yeah. And it's like it's crazy because we grow. Like we grow with each episode, and I could see
Dude, I so sucked at this.
it.
Not anymore, though. I'm
You
getting
were
better.
you were afraid to even be on like the camera, which shocked me because like you're great on camera, you're great with voice, you speak, very elegantly, especially
Thank you.
for people from the South.
Thank you.
But but you had fear at first, but you're coming along. So you're doing a good job, babe.
Thanks, honey. So are you. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
we
it's
talked about this for a year, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Wes and I talked. We need to start the podcast. We need to start the podcast. We've been talking about this for almost a year and a half, I think, and we finally just started doing it. So
yeah.
y'all can grow with us as we grow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like even so, there's going to be a guest next week. It's Guy Michael, that I've chit chat with here and there. But like we were talking about the progression of podcasting, and I said it, but I never thought about it. I went from 8-second clips where I smiled and winked. That was it.
Yeah.
To doing an hour-long podcast, editing, speaking. It's a night and day difference. So it takes a while to progress.
I mean, I started off making funny videos for women to watch because I was just crazy and I needed everybody to watch me. But that's really I just wanted like-minded friends, just like somebody to talk to and have somebody else to bond with because I was so different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then I met you.
There's the wink.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things we got to look into when we think about changing the logo, right? Because like we never thought about it, never dawned on us. Our
Yeah.
logo's got a face in it, and we didn't make it wink. Like we both wink in our videos.
Like I drew his beard to wink. Like I drew his little logo that we made that winked. I think honestly, I'm just going to take the wink off of your beard, dude, and put it on there.
Yeah, I mean it's probably going to be easily done,
Yeah.
So,
I think
but
it's going to be epic.
what's new in the shop? What you have
What's
anything new?
new in the shop? Well, so I am there's going to be bundles of dreads, of course, like that people can purchase. I'm not going to make custom ones anymore. I'm just going to have them ready for people to order. That's one new thing. The other thing is that I made these little soap sponges I'm about to add.
Oh, the love one.
Yes, I made love bars, and then I also have these loofahs that are flat and they're amazing.
Yeah,
And I've already sold out of them, and I haven't even put them on the shop yet.
that's not a bad thing, right?
So I'm gonna have to make more. Yes. Which they're goat's milk. I just did goat's milk, and coconut butter and coconut oil,
Yeah.
and It makes great soap. Um, what else? What else? What else? New t-shirts, some new t-shirt designs. I know that your under self-help, we have Finding Me, the newest book, and then we still have Savage Shadows, and then we added your coaching stuff on. I'm
Yeah,
excited about that.
yeah, mhm.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I said,
The
we
books
did,
are selling so good, babe.
they are. We did much better last time about actually mentioning the shop because we should mention it more often. We just never
We
do. But
should. We just never do because we're so excited to just like roll right into the podcast. But people
yeah,
actually do want to know what we're doing in the
yeah,
background.
yeah. And for for YouTube, of course, the description will be on the link, or I'm sorry, the link will be in the description. It should be there. If I put it in there, it should be on Spotify, Apple, and
Yeah.
YouTube at least. So,
Yeah.
but it's what is the actual shop site?
It is it's the Bearded Gypsy. I'm so sorry. It's the shop. I'm thinking, what are you asking me? The podcast name? We're on our podcast.
No, the shop name. At one point, we
The
named the
shop
shop
name.
Bearded Gypsy, and
Yes.
because I'm bearded and she's like a gypsy, so like we made the
Yes.
Bearded Gypsy.
And that was a great name before, but I'm slowly making everything the Savage Corner.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to
Just so
narrow
we
it.
can have everything in one place. People don't have to go search for stuff. Like, it's hard because that's like our names. Like, we were talking about the names, like on your socials and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard because we have all of these different identities.
right.
And, I don't think I'm going to change I don't know, honey. You were talking about changing your name, and I was thinking about changing mine because mine's already Miss Summer Dean. Like, I don't really have to change very much. I would just go back to my normal name.
Right, right. Well,
So
the bearded savage meant so much, but as
it
time has gone
did.
on, they're looking for my actual name.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with everything but Instagram, for some reason, when I got verified, they all made me Wesley Pearson was fine,
Uh
but for
huh.
some reason, Instagram wouldn't verify me unless my name matched my ID. So now William's up there, and I'm like, so it's the only one that has William in it. And I know that's confusing for a lot of folks. When there's 9,000 fake accounts trying to swindle money off of people, and
Yeah.
with all these different names, so it's the optics of it. Is the biggest thing. I
By
just
the Can I just say something about the fake accounts, guys? We know that there are fake accounts, okay? We understand. I get 15 messages from mad women that the fake accounts are talking to them. But yeah, Wes doesn't reach out. If he does, it's about the book or if you've commented on something that he's posted, like he might send a message and then half the time I'm in his DMs helping him run through stuff.
yeah.
So like but I'll always put, "Hey, it's Summer. I'm just helping Wes out." Like, so just make sure that you are not like sending these people. They've taken money from women, like, and caused lots of problems in people's lives. So unfollow the fake accounts. Wes is not talking to you on WhatsApp. I promise.
No, I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have Telegram. I'm not. I don't reach out to people and I respond. So if somebody says something to me, I'm
Mhm.
going to respond back. But I'm not going to just reach out to you unless
He
like,
doesn't respond if you flirt with him, girls.
oh
I'm
hell
just
no,
telling you.
he'll get deleted right away. I don't even.
Yes.
There is no response. My response is there's no response. But
Yeah.
the what I worry about is as coaching progresses,
Yeah.
these fake accounts may go after y'all, and there's nothing I can do about it.
There's absolutely nothing we can do. Like, all we can do is report the ones that you send us, and half the time they have us blocked.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it's within their best interest to block me because then I can't block them. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
and I can't report them either because I'm blocked from their page. So a lot of times the account is already blocked from me, so I don't know it's there until y'all say something, and then I try to go report it, and I can't even report it because it's blocked.
No.
Yeah, so it's tough, and I hate it. I wish there was more they can do about it, but unfortunately, I report it, and then
Like,
it's
we don't have fan pages. We do not have time for that, A.
no, No.
We only have our pages. We only
Right.
have time for those.
Right. And that's, of course, for me, that's Bearded Savage under William
Hmm.
Pearson for Instagram, Bearded Savage under Wesley Pearson for TikTok. Then there's just Wesley Pearson, which says in parentheses Bearded Savage on Facebook. So I try to keep the name consistent for you guys. But it's crazy. I mean, they'll create. I just had one the other day when they sent it to me. It had 9,000 followers, and I'm like, dude, 9,000 followers. You know how hard that is for people to get, and you're just snaking my material and just getting it.
Yeah,
You're getting it overnight. You know what I mean? So it's just it's crazy.
it's
You know?
crazy,
So,
crazy, crazy.
yeah, absolutely. Well, how was your day?
You know, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, just wide awake. So I got up and I put new dreads in my hair and I cleaned and I've been organizing and throwing stuff away because I have to make room for something new. Anyways, um, so, but I was going through your comments, um, and whenever I looked down, you posted something about for the podcast on your regular page,
Right.
and one of the women attacked you a little bit about not letting me speak.
Yeah.
Um, and I have something to say about that. I'm not going to go on there and cause any problems, but I do have something to say. This man lets me talk more than any woman on the face of the earth, I promise. He listens to everything that I say. If he needs to remember something that I say, he writes it down. Like, y'all don't, like, off of a 40-second clip, you are going to say, be quiet and let her talk. Oh,
Look, look,
look at this.
you got fireworks.
What? What? Hello.
That will
Okay.
not be edited out. Just that was
It didn't need to be. It was freaking perfect. But I mean, he does nothing but support. What else can he do if he's like on the clip? I watched the clip and he's mad because a man lied to his woman. And you're going to yell at him for not letting me talk. When, by the way, girl, let me tell you something. I wanted to say something. Yes, I did. But I knew this man was going to take the words right out of my mouth, and I didn't need to say anything. So I got my drink and I just calmed back down.
yeah.
So please don't judge my man off of something,
Yeah. I mean,
off a 40-second clip. That makes
yeah.
me mad.
And I'm glad you brought it up because I didn't know if you were going to or not. But it rattled me because I don't want you viewed that way. And that's what blew
Yes.
my mind because at first I'm like, I'm going off and I'm like, why am I? Usually I don't even respond to this kind of mess because I know who I am and I know what I produce and I know what I do. That may sound arrogant to some people. I don't give a shit. But I know who I am as a person, so I don't respond to this crap. I've been doing this for 2 years and I've never responded to this kind of stuff. But for some reason, this one made me want to respond. And I
Mhm.
realized the optics of it, I didn't want you to look that way. So I was kind of defending you basically.
Yeah.
But it also didn't go but so far because the way the person was talking. They were like, "Oh, you said the same thing 3 or 4 times. Like, have you never repeated yourself in passion? Like that happens."
Yeah.
I was passionate about it. You're right. I don't. I cannot stand people that lie. There's just
I'm
no point
sorry
in it.
that I don't jump in and interrupt everything he says because I actually want to hear what you have to say.
Right. Right.
And it upset me because that is not a true fact at all.
Right. Right. Well,
Like,
I mean, and I was okay with the conversation or trying to talk it out, but then she threw the word mansplaining in there, which I am never about. I'm not about, nor am I going to be about. I wasn't raised that way. It's not in my soul. It's not in my nature.
yeah.
So it just that's really got me because I don't ever want. That's like throwing a hand grenade in the middle of a room. I have 70, almost 80% women followers, and you're accusing me of mansplaining.
Yeah.
That's detrimental to my page.
Yeah.
And so that it just aggravated me. But I'm not going to respond to it on the Instagram page. Have at it. The only thing I was trying to do was do something a little different, and I took a clip and I put it on there, and it was of me speaking majority of the time.
Yeah,
But
but like I talked right before that. Go watch the podcast, girl. Go watch the podcast. I promise you, I talk enough.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I said it. I said, "Look, it's a 40-second clip from an hour-long
And
podcast."
it's his page. Like, if I take clips, I use my voice on my page.
Right, right, and then there's the other thing too is there's a huge delay. So
Yeah.
there's times where you're paused and I'm paused, and we don't know who's gonna speak, but we work pretty well with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just that's we're not in the same state, so we're recording at a slight delay, and
Like,
sometimes going back and forth is hard to do. We overtalk over each other.
oh, we
So a lot of
do.
times we're pausing and then I'm editing those pauses out. But I know
Hmm.
you well enough to where I know you want to speak or not. And the reading that I was getting was that you didn't want to speak. You wanted me to have the floor. And then I stopped, and that's when the clip stopped. But you spoke right after.
Just don't
Right.
judge us off a 40-second clip that we post on our Facebook pages or Instagrams or wherever. We just
Well, here,
want y'all to come watch.
here's my thing. You know what the reason why I posted that clip because I wanted the charge. I wanted people to say, "What the hell was that about?" and go to the podcast and watch it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the views doubled the
Yeah,
day after I posted the clip, so it did what it needed to do.
it
So I'm
did.
not I'm not truly worried about it, but I appreciate you sticking up for me.
I love you.
I love you too.
I
We
promise I get to talk, y'all, all the time.
got y'all understand. This one will kill me.
I mean, yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
like, excuse me, you didn't listen to me. And he'll be like, what? What, babe, I did listen to you. I was like, no, not the way I wanted you to.
You may have heard me with your ears, but your actions didn't show it.
Yes. He's very good at it.
Thank you.
What's been going on with you? How's your week been?
It's been busy, busy, busy,
Been
busy.
busy?
Yeah, it's just mainly social media this week. I didn't do a whole lot of counseling this week,
Mm,
although I'm looking for it. But you have to have the right fit. You can't just I can't offer my sessions to everybody. It's not going to work that way. And there's a
mm-mm.
lot of people too because of the nature of my content from the past year. I can't help. You need
Yeah,
to go seek a actual counselor or a psychiatrist or professional help because I'm on more of the motivational end and in getting you to untrick your mind of thought or process. Trying to help you just get your mind in the right place to move forward.
yeah.
I had a gentleman today. I sent you the message. I think we're going to read it in a minute. But
Yes,
I
we are.
said, you're probably going to need counseling with me, meaning that you need a counselor and me. And then you can probably start to press forward because there's things in there that you need to work on. A lot to unpack. A lot of people don't realize when you message me or somebody that's, done this for a little bit, you're saying a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, whoo, you don't send me like 10 different, weird places that I need to touch on to figure out where you're at because
Yeah.
this is not normal behavior. You know what I mean? Um, so it's tough sometimes, but no, I've been busy this whole week. I got meetings next week. Oh, I'm going to be on somebody else's podcast. I know we're recording on Tuesday.
That's exciting, honey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to do more of it. Anybody that's listening, if you got one, reach out. I might go on.
Oh,
So
I like to do them too. I'm just saying now I do.
yeah.
Now I do.
Now you
Now
do.
I get excited whenever he says podcast. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Well, this particular one, she's a coach as well too. I don't have her name pulled up. I'm sorry, guys, but I'll definitely. You guys will know. Trust me.
Yeah.
But she's a
We can
coach as well
always
too.
we can always drop it on the stories or on the you'll see it.
Oh yeah,
You'll
you'll
see it.
definitely know. So, but we got a bunch of messages to go over today, so
We
we should
do.
probably dive right into it. Do you have
Well, well,
you have
we
what you
should. If I could find my glass. Oh, here's my glasses. I found them.
I'm gonna get you a chain, girl. I'm telling you.
You know what? If it's like has bling, I'll totally wear a chain. I'm just saying.
Oh, we'll get you a nice one.
Like, cha-ching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay. This says, I'm absolutely lost and broken right now. I recently found out that my girlfriend has been sexting someone else for months because I wasn't there for her mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's hard. I'm gutted. She gutted and is trying to rebuild, but later found out that he was at my house while I was away. She has sworn that nothing happened physically that night and have proof that nothing did.
Sorry. how do
Hold
you
up.
how do you prove that?
Are there cameras all in the rooms?
Either way, I bullshit.
Because I can step out of the room. I can step out of the camera view
Right,
and get my
right,
groove on if I wanted to.
yeah,
So please don't think that it's possible, honey.
yeah, yeah. And that's the biggest thing with me. When you said it, I was like, how do you go about proving that? I mean, if he the fact that he was there is enough. You know what I
And
mean?
like in his house, in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And that's the thing. She's not willing to give information. I mean, maybe she's telling the truth. I don't know her from a hill of beans, but it's very unlikely that nothing happened.
It gets worse.
Oh God! All right, go.
She likes that he listens and comforts her when I don't. I imagine all of these scenarios in my head with her and him, and she says none of them is true. None of them are true. Yeah, they are. Sorry. I tend to believe that nothing physical happened. He's been a friend of hers for years. She loves me, wants to get married, and it's a mistake. Oh, now she wants to get married and it was a mistake? Please.
Yeah, well, I mean, this happens though. She's done something wrong, and now she wants to try to save it. So she'll go beyond the depths of the world to save it. That's why when somebody gets pregnant, they get married because they're trying to compensate for something they probably shouldn't have done. You know what I mean?
I did that.
So in this kid's situation though, it's scary as shit because if she's jumping on I want to get married all of a sudden bandwagon because you fucked up, then oof, like that this is dangerous territory. Cheating happens all the time, but I think it takes a special kind of fucked up person to bring them to your house, to bring them to your home, where somebody else, especially it sounds like I don't know for a fact, but it sounds like he's out there making the money and she's at home
Mm-hmm.
and you have the nerve to bring some son of a bitch to that. Hmm.
Bubba, I'm going to tell you to move on. Like, don't. I'm going to finish this
Okay,
first before
go
I
for
give
it.
my full.
Go for it.
Okay. How can I move on with her? Not sure how I even found your page. I just need to vent. Okay. Well,
The algorithm's a son of a bitch, isn't it?
yeah, it is, right? I'm going to say that there's some things that you just can't forget about. And there's some things that cross your boundaries that you just don't let happen. And if you do take that woman back, that is the most disrespectful thing you could do to yourself. Like all the way, no doubt, you do not need that toxicity in your life when I know of 100 other women that would stand in her place if a good man was there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And,
And
and,
by
and
the way, if you're not giving her what she needs, you need to work on yourself too.
yeah, he said at the beginning that there's some emotional unavailability. It sounds like basically so, and
Mm-hmm.
it happens a lot with guys, especially when you get into a relationship where you're living together.
Oh, yeah.
You're always at work. You're never
Oh.
home. Like you get to this process where it's happening over and over. The same things are happening over and over and over again, right? But you have to take a step back and realize that you still have to be emotionally available when you come home. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
your clock doesn't stop ticking when you get home. We said it the other day. The reason why a woman stops being intimate with their man is because they're not intimate throughout the day. Foreplay starts at breakfast. You know what I mean?
Hell yes, it
Um,
does.
so you lose that drive because you're just constantly doing the same thing over and over. Rent cycle repeat.
Yeah.
So it's hard. But now the fact that she's talking to the guy and you knew about it. I mean, did your red flag go off? Did you say something to her? Because
Yeah.
it was very obvious that she was utilizing this person to get something that you weren't giving, and then it led into what it led into. So, and like I said, I mean, I don't know her from a hill of beans. Might be a good person, but I very seriously doubt that man came to your house and nothing happened. Um, and I'll even go further to say that there's a special place in hell for him. Like you knew damn well. If you knew her that well, she's married. You know that she's living in his house with him, or the house with him. He's the one paying for it, and you still had the nerve to fucking come over there, like you have a special spot in hell. And then it's just no other way around it. So, but no, I truly I went through a similar situation, and I did let her back in, and we did work on things. And you know what she did? She did it again. So there's my piece to you. I wouldn't do it, but again, I'm not a professional. These are just opinions. But
Yep.
what I would say to that person, if they truly did want to try, and that other person was willing to try, this is going to take a shit ton of work.
Yeah.
A shit ton of work.
Yeah.
There's problems within the relationship itself. There's emotional unavailability. There is a woman willing to step out, a woman that already stepped out. It sounds like, it'll take a ton of work. This is those points where I would say, hey, you need to go seek
Hmm.
counseling, like a professional counselor,
Yeah.
and it could be a couple, or it could or solos. You don't have to be together. You can do it on your own if you need to,
Hmm.
and a life coach, side by side. Life coaching itself won't help you.
No.
You've got too much there to unpack, and you need to unpack it. So there's a lot there, way more than what's being shown.
Yes. Yeah, buddy. That's a long. That's gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard, and she is going to think everything is being ripped out from underneath her because she's gonna have to literally bare her soul to you.
Yeah, you got to rebuild the trust.
Yeah.
So
So
and that depends on the other person how far they want to take it. I
yeah.
know with me, I didn't go, give me your phone every day and let me look through it. To me, that's not healthy. But it takes a long time, and it takes a long time of you doing everything that you say you're going to do. If you say you're going
Yes.
to be somewhere in 5 minutes, then goddamn it, you better be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how you rebuild trust, because you show up every time you say something. If you go out with your
And
friends and you switch venues, you better fucking tell them I'm switching venues. You know what I mean? It's
just be honest.
yeah,
Stop
yeah,
your damn lying about everything. Don't everything don't need to be lied about. Y'all
yeah.
just tell the truth.
Right, right, right.
So much easier. Then people can
Um,
make their own decisions for what they want to tolerate. If you put a boundary up and say, I don't want you doing this or this, and I don't respect that boundary,
yeah,
and I do it anyways,
yeah,
that's not it's not how relationships work.
yeah. And self-identify too. Knowing if I wasn't providing you something, and I can see that, I'm like, hey man, I haven't been emotionally available. I'm trying my best. I'm going through some stuff. Maybe I've communicated, maybe I haven't. And then I hear you say, oh, chuck this, chuck that, chuck this, chuck that. I'm gonna say, all right, hold the hell up. Chuck needs
Yeah.
to go for a minute. We got to work on something. And
Yeah.
Chuck's gonna go away. You know what I mean? That man friend is going to go away, so that we can work on things. Because I know in my mind it's a stupid role to allow us to be in if I'm not doing well and you're talking to some other dude.
Hmm.
So again, that takes self reflection and communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I know it's hard for people. I mean, it was hard for me too. But you get to a certain point in time in your life where you're just like, enough's enough.
Yeah. Just stop lying. Good Lord. Okay,
you're hiding,
baby.
you're hiding it from them. You're lying.
It's lying.
Right.
Just tell them. Okay. Let them make their own decisions. You don't need to make it for them.
Right.
Okay. Here's another one. I haven't read this one, so
Oh Lord.
excuse my reading skills. I'm reaching out to you because I'm in desperate need of advice and support regarding a deeply personal matter, and I trust your judgment and discretion. For some time now, I've been struggling with feelings of dissatisfaction within my marriage, both
Mm,
mentally and physically.
mm.
These feelings, although difficult to articulate, have left me feeling unfulfilled and seeking solace elsewhere. I'm I'm trying not to flip everybody off right now.
Right. Well,
Um,
hold on. Does it say if is this a female speaking or a male speaking? Does it say?
I don't know, babe. Let me see. To my husband. So this is a female. Mm. It's a painful admission, but I've been unfaithful to my husband for a few years now. Okay, and you're wrong for that.
Right. And
A. You knew it was wrong for the very first time you ever sent a text message or got that person's phone number.
Right.
And right then, you should have went to your husband and said, I am about to make a mistake and we need to fix some stuff.
Right. Self-control.
That keeps your dignity and keeps you from making a bad decision for your marriage.
Right. And
Go.
that's the line that I don't understand. Like, how how did you let all your morals just completely drop out of the bottom of your ass? And it wasn't just 1 week moment, because there was things leading up to that. You had to have met the person. You had to have got the number. You had to, there had to be all this process, and you never once stopped and said, I value myself more than this.
So you've been doing this for a few years, but it started before that.
Oh yeah. Well before.
Yeah. So understand that when I see a few years, you're a liar. It's been about 4 or 5 years
Right. Well, and the
if
thing
you've been
too is,
married.
could you imagine the process of hiding this for years?
Baby, I can't. I don't I don't know how people live with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do you keep that? Are you that fucked up in the head that you can't even see that you are hurting the person that's supposed to love you the most?
Right. Right. And
Like,
even if it's gone, then go. Like, if it's gone, then you
like
should be gone.
you should let me make that on my own fucking decision. Don't no, girl. You're
Yeah. Yeah. But that was to me when you said it's such a twisted event for you to do this for years, because you are high. I mean, by then you have lied, hidden, decept. There's so many things that you had to do to be able to foster this for.
you be sinning
Yeah.
like all the way.
Yeah. 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 Special place in hell. That's all I can say. But it's
Okay.
and his intuition had to have been on somewhere in there. You know what I mean? So it just, but maybe it's not. Maybe she's that good. I don't know.
And if you are that good, you need to find something that's secretive that you're good at and make money at it, honey. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Okay. You read oh, she's giving reasons. Fucking reasons. The reasons behind my actions are complex and multifaceted.
No shit.
It am I allowed to say you can edit this out, but um you speak well and you're educated because of this email. I know this, right? So I can't even say it. Like, I'm mad at this woman. Really? The reasons behind you're going to give reasons to make yourself feel better?
Got to justify it.
I felt disconnected from my husband emotionally, and our physical intimacy has waned over time because you're not giving him the attention that he needs. You're giving it to somebody else. Despite
True.
numerous attempts, sorry, baby, did you want to say something?
No, no, you're fine. Go for it. Go all in.
Despite numerous attempts to communicate my needs and concerns, I've found it increasingly challenging to bridge the gap between us. So now it's his fault?
I mean, it could have been. So remember, there's two faults, right? There's two faults, and it got to a place. But I'm going to go back to it again, even though
I know.
I go repeating myself. But why'd you stick around? Why are you putting this person now? You're torturing this person for what? Because he didn't give you the right feelings. Why are
Did
you
you even
doing it?
tell the man that what you needed or what you wanted?
Yeah, well, that's not in that. I would think after 2 years of it, they would have had some kind of conversation. But the intimate. It's amazing that your intimacy level went down. You started cheating on him, and you're mad because intimacy level never picked up. You were giving yourself to someone else. You don't think he fucking feels that? He doesn't feel that you're completely drawn out of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Sorry. I'm having convulsions right now. I just don't know how people think know that think that this is okay. That's all to do to people.
Right.
I found it increasingly challenging to bridge the gap between us. In my vulnerability, I sought out companionship and validation outside of our marriage, leading to a series of regrettable decisions. Duh. A few months ago, I made a difficult decision to end the extramarital affair. I realized that the gravity of my actions and the toll they were taking on both marriage and my own sense of morality. You have that? Huh. You know what? She needs to come to me and let me coach her for real.
Yeah.
However, just when I thought I was beginning to rebuild and repair damage, I received unexpected news. It's gonna get worse. I'm pregnant. Really?
Oh Lord. Yeah, that just got way worse for you. And what did you expect? You think karma was not going to allow that to happen? I mean,
Seriously. I
right.
mean, it goes in a circle for a reason, sister. The timing of this revelation couldn't be worse. No shit. I'm not faced with a daunting pers- prospect of not only confronting my infidelity with my husband, but also determining the paternity of the child.
Pause.
I haven't
Hold
dis.
on. Hold on. Hold on. So, are we saying that we weren't going to fucking tell him, but now that we're pregnant, we're gonna have to?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
even get
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is a special piece of hell right there. No. 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 Brother, if you are listening to this, or if you ever come across this, I'm gonna tell you right now, you run. You fucking run. Like
Run,
that is terrible.
run.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that you didn't get her there, but I'm saying you don't deserve it. I guarantee you don't deserve it.
Disclose the existence of the other party to my husband, and I'm unsure of how to navigate this delicate situation without causing an irreparable harm. I can't even say that out loud, girl. You done did it. I'm torn between a sense of obligation to be truthful and transparent with my husband and the fear of shattering our relationship beyond repair.
You've
Baby, you
already,
did that
yeah,
whenever you got in the bed with the other man. You got what you gonna have a baby. It's gonna be the best thing in your entire life. That's the only thing that's gonna heal you, girl. I promise.
right. And do not keep this from him. You,
No.
this is the point where you're gonna have to say something now. You know what I mean?
And that's
Don't.
gonna be your rock bottom.
Yeah. Do not wait until after the baby is born. Do not wait for 3 years from now when the baby, starts showing signs it looks like the other person. Like you need to
Mm-mm.
figure this out.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it now. You're shatter relationship. I recognize the importance of honesty and accountability. Do you? Do you really?
Yeah. You may have figured it out, but you did not realize it, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever it
But
was.
I'm paralyzed by the fear of consequences of my actions. I'm reaching out to you in the hopes that you can offer me some guidance and perspective on how to proceed. I value your insight and wisdom, and I'm grateful for any advice.
Super simple. Fess up, completely tell him everything. Tell him that you're going to get a test as soon as that you're capable of doing so. I think you have to wait until after the baby's born to be able to figure out whose baby it is, right? Isn't that how a DNA test works?
I think they have one now that you can do before.
Either way, as soon as you know, you're going to have them tested, and then whoever is going to be held responsible for the child will be held responsible for the child. If you want to work with me on this, cool. If you don't, then I understand because I have a whole lot of work to do on myself. Right now, she has a ton of work to do on herself. So if the other party doesn't want
Okay,
to stick around for it, I get it.
from a healing perspective, though, the first step is awareness.
Yeah.
So it's all coming now. It is now that she's in a bind and she can't figure it out. This is what happens: is that you get yourself in a bind, and you're wrong, and now you have to throw all of this negativity out to the world because this is what you've caused. And you better not get another relationship either because you got about at least 5 years of healing to do from all this mess.
Minimum. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know how long the problems leading up to her cheating went on, but either way, I mean, that's just it. She has a lot, like I said,
Nobody
she has a lot
deserves
to work
this.
on herself. Yeah, because she's writing it in as her. So my suggestion or my advice to her would be, you got you've got too much to do on yourself, so you just need to fess up, tell him what's going on, take the right steps to make sure that the child is who the child belongs to, right? And then both of these gentlemen most likely need to be cut off, and you need to work on yourself. Now, if your husband is willing to work with you, and that is your wish, and he's willing to actually work on it, then by all means, counseling, psychiatrist, coaching, like you're gonna need the whole gamut. And and the other thing too is don't spread this out all over the place either. The rest of the world doesn't need to know
No.
what's going on in your household. Okay. If you're going to work on this, it is very key to make sure that you do it within your home, the two of you alone. Nobody else needs to know about this.
You don't need to be calling your girlfriend, saying what's going on. No. You're going to be on a tight leash for a long time.
Right. Right. And that's as
And
far
if
as
that's somehow you're going to, if you couldn't even be on the tight leash before, so I don't know how you're going to survive this.
right. And the leash is just as tight as he wants to apply it, and you're willing to accept it. Because like I said, we've said this before, it can go so many different ways. Some people are completely cool with you having a life and just put the trust right back in you. But some people are like, hey, phone check, you know what I mean? Or, hey, where you going? I might swing by. These are the things that they'll do, and it's rightfully so. Not steps that I would take, but it's rightfully so because they have to figure out how to trust you again. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is to see it, And then we said it earlier in this podcast. If you say you're going to be there in 5 minutes, you better fucking be there in 5 minutes. Because those extra minutes, that person's brain is south. I mean, 2 minutes late, and they're going to be pacing back and forth. Where is she? What is she doing?
Yeah.
You have to be able to be willing to do those things for your partner because you destroyed the trust. So that's a whole lot of work. That's a whole lot of work. I'm sorry for him, and I'm sorry for the child. Hopefully, they can work things out. Child never know. Nobody needs to know. You just move forward. But yeah, that's a lot of work.
That is. That's a lot of work. And I'm not, y'all, there some things that just make me so mad. And one of them is cheating and lying. Like, I don't understand why people have to lie. Like, tell me the truth so I can make my own decisions based on truthful information, not something that 15 other people have told me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's my take on it, buddy. I'm so mad right now.
Are you gonna be able to get through the next one?
I don't know. Is it gonna make me mad too? Okay, here we go. You ready? You see, I've been with my girlfriend for a few years now, and while our relationship has its ups and downs, recently I've noticed troubling change in her behavior that has left me feeling confused and concerned. To give you some background, my girlfriend has had trust issues in the past due to being cheated on. Although these issues were manageable, there was an incident that seemed to linger in her mind longer than others. It happened when I went out with some friends without her. And we ended up at the bar where my ex used to work at. Although my ex wasn't even there that night, it took weeks for my girlfriend to seem to let it go, but eventually we moved past it. However, lately my girlfriend has been questioning everything I do with a newfound intensity.
So
She's
wait,
accusing.
hold on, sorry. I want to unpack a little bit before we go any further. So you say you're understanding to her overthinking of being cheated on in the past, but you decide to allow yourself to go someplace where you know damn well one of your exes works, and it may affect the way she thinks. So are you really compassionate? Because that's what it takes sometimes. I'm not saying that you have to be on a leash and you can't go do the shit that you want to do, but you have to. It's too simple. Think of how you would feel if you were in that situation, and don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. It's super simple. But
Mhm.
he said that she had been cheated on in the past, and that they had some issues. That's what I wanted to touch on. So, like, I would want to know what some issues are, because to me, some issues are just the way they react. So, like, if I didn't text you in a timely manner and you didn't say anything, but I could tell in your body language that bothered you, that's okay. That's progress because you had been in a situation before in the past. But if you come at me and say, "What girl were you around and why weren't you responding?" and I'm in the middle of my work day and I'm like, "What in the hell are you?" That's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I say this so many times and people are like, Well, you're just feeding into their bullshit. They're not healthy. That's where there's a line here. Okay, like I said, if you said, "Hey," or your body language changed because I didn't respond quick enough,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's you trying to work on yourself in the situation. But if you're
Hmm.
responding with "Where you been? What girl you with?" and knowing damn well I ain't with no girl, then that's unhealthy. That's huge. She needs to work on herself, or he needs to work on himself.
Yeah.
So. But that's yeah. I wanted to interrupt with that part because I didn't want to go too far and forget it. So
Yes. She's accusing me of cheating while I'm at work or when I'm out with my friends,
there it goes.
even though even though I've given her no reason to doubt my fidelity. Just the other night, things escalated to a point where she took my phone and keys and then went into a blind rage. She ended
Wow.
up calling the police. Hold on, wait just a minute. And I was arrested for trespassing, which has left me feeling bewildered and hurt.
Of course you did. Of course you got arrested for trespassing.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I can go right in because like it. One thing is that, and
Go ahead.
I've taught my son this. Like, if you're raising a son, you need to have a conversation. This can happen to anybody. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you are in somebody else's home and they say leave and you don't leave, you are trespassing. I
Yep.
don't give a shit what you mean to them. Okay, it could be your mother, your sister, your grandpa. It don't matter. If you're in somebody's home and they tell you to leave, you fucking leave. And
Yep.
then, of course, some of you gotta say, but wait, she had his keys. Cops don't give a
Yep.
shit.
No.
But wait, she had a cell phone. Cops don't give a shit. Hell, she could have had his pants. When a woman tells you to leave her home, you fucking leave. You walk
Mm-hmm.
your ass out of that house. If she took your keys and took your cell phone, go to the
Walk.
nearest, walk to the nearest place that you can get to, and you say, "Hey, I need to use your phone."
And
um,
then you call the cops and go with the cops and go back and get your stuff.
yeah, yeah. You do not confront. You do not try to contain. You do not try to hold her down. You do none of these things because it's going to get twisted into a place where you're in some serious fucking trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught my sons this. That if hopefully they'll never get involved with a woman like this or in this situation because I know some women or men too. You get to a mental place and you do things that are not right because you're just in a mental state, and I feel sorry for them. I really do. But on the receiving end, you got to go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't stick around for it. So
Yeah.
it doesn't shock me that he got a charge for trespassing because most likely that's how it happened. She took his keys, took his phone, they
Mm-hmm.
got into it. She said, "Get out." He said, "Give him my phone back. Where are my keys?" Like now he's dancing around the house trying to find these
Yeah.
items. Now he's trespassing. Cops pull up. Like this is a scenario that I've seen and heard of friends of mine and people that I know and people that I worked with, and it's a bad freaking place to be in, man. It is so hard to defend yourself in
Mm-hmm.
court with a situation like this.
Yeah.
God forbid if she's got a mark on her.
Yeah.
Because she's going to claim that was it too. You know what I mean? So before you know it, you've done. She's going to come up with a story that you've done something that you didn't even do.
Yeah.
And you're going to catch some serious damn charges for. He's lucky all he got was trespassing.
Yeah. He goes on to say, I love my girlfriend deeply and I want nothing more than for our relationship to succeed. But the constant accusations and lack of trust are taking a toll on my emotional well-being. I'm not sure how to address the situation. I'm reaching out to you because I value your insight.
I'm gonna
What
jump
should
on.
I do?
I'm about to say I'm gonna jump on a grenade real quick because you don't love her. You love the idea of her. This is not love. You know what I mean? So like, go ahead, finish.
He just goes on to say, what do you think I should do? How can I address my girlfriend's behavior while also ensuring my own mental health and emotional health?
So
Go.
I'll give the disclaimer first. I am not a
Hit that
professional.
ding button. Get it.
I am not a professional, and everything I say is based on my opinion and my opinion only.
Mm-hmm.
You leave. Yeah. Mm-mm. Again, too much work. You need to be separated. It sounds like she. If he got a trespass charge, then he's in her home. So that I'm gonna guess they live separately, or at least the house is in her name, and I'm hoping he lives somewhere else. But if not, yeah, you need to be separated. A trespassing charge is something super serious. From what I understand, you are not allowed back at that property. So there's one huge blockade that's not going to allow you to continue your relationship. But
Yeah.
I would, if I was going to try to continue with this person, I truly did care for him. I would draw barriers first of all. First of all, my hardline barrier is you're going to go see somebody, and unless you're seeing somebody, a counselor or a psychiatrist, we're not doing this. We can do it together if you like, or you can do it on your own, but you're going to go see somebody.
Yeah,
You know, and people are probably going to say, "Oh, you can't make her do anything. It's her choice." It truly is. She can go do that over there by herself.
that's right.
You know, but you as a man or a woman, if you're in this situation, you throw that barrier down. I will not continue this relationship unless you go see someone. You know, so and then from there, you know, work on yourself too.
Yep,
From a guy's perspective, if I was in this situation, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy that the toxicity is so high that you caught a charge and you're still saying you love her. That's
that's
toxic.
not love.
Yeah, that's toxicity, and you are allowing it to happen to you, and you need to work on yourself as well too, because
Yeah,
you should be like, hell, no, I ain't doing nothing with this woman. At least
yeah,
not right now, you know. So
yeah.
you know, it just blows my mind how people allow themselves to get into certain situations.
And she needs help as well. Like she
Oh
needs
yeah,
help for her accusations. But hold on. I always like whenever I hear somebody like when I read this stuff, and I always think if they accuse you of cheating, more than likely they are.
I thought that too a little bit. I'm like, because he said it went away, and then all of a sudden it came rearing back in, and I'm gonna guarantee you,
Yeah.
it almost sounded like, hey, bud, she might be out there cheating on you.
Like his intuition's on.
Yeah, yeah,
And and men only fight passionately for something if they think something's not right.
right, right, yeah.
So yeah, it's not a healthy environment for you, dude.
Yeah, for neither one of them.
Mm-mm.
No, absolutely not. But yeah,
No.
I thought of that too because when she started saying that she's accused, especially when he was at work, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
probably because you cheated on him either while he was at work or you did it while you were at work, and now you're thinking he's capable of doing the same thing because you're capable of it. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole though in my mind if I were him. You know, I would just say flat out, hey, this is toxic, unhealthy. You're going to go see a counselor or psychiatrist, and we're not going to do anything forward until you've done that. You know, so
Yeah.
and then start to work on things from there. But again, for you having your boundaries so low to allow this to happen to you, you need work as well too. You know, so
Yeah.
because most people are going to
And
realize,
it's all about like you don't need those people's attention.
no,
Like y'all are cheating because you're trying to find something, right? And you're trying to find something that you're lacking.
yeah,
But those things you can give to yourself. That's why we are so hell bent and bound on people healing.
right,
Stop running around out there unhealed and fucking everybody's lives up.
right, right,
Get your shit straight. Make yourself happy. I and I'm going to tell you, I was always looking for validation. Always. At first, whenever I started all this stuff. And then I started to heal.
yeah.
And I think I've told you how many times I'm so tired of seeing my own face, right?
I get that way too. That's why I use B-roll.
But now that I'm healing, I'm not going to ever say that I'm healed because I learn stuff new every day. But now that I'm healing and I have Wes and he's healing and we're in this relationship that where he gives me all the validation I need. I could go probably the rest of my life and not take another picture and I'd be okay. Now my work would suffer for it because that's how I get all my business. But like stop searching for your valid like you validate yourself. Don't go look for your if you need attention, you give attention to yourself. You make sure that you're practicing self-care. Make sure you take a minute. Make sure you put on your makeup and you look pretty for yourself, not to get attention from other people because good lord, we know that happens. Not to get attention from people, for yourself. And stop cheating. I'm done.
Stop cheating.
Stop lying. Tell the
Yeah.
truth. I promise you, let that person, if that person loves you and they're willing to work, you better put your all into that relationship for the rest of your life because that person deserves that for what you did.
No, no, yeah.
And you can't, and don't beat yourself up either about what you do. You can't do that. Like, you just have to move on.
Yeah, and you made a great point because you said that when you want to get validation from somebody else, give it to yourself. That's a healed thought process
Hmm.
because you don't need it from somebody else.
I don't.
You don't, and that's where you need to be able to release the fact that you got cheated on, or be able to release the fact that you didn't have something to go your way. That's where you need to be because you're never going to be great for somebody. I'm not saying you can't be in a relationship when you've been through these things, but I'm saying it's easier for the other party and you if you do the work yourself first. I will
Hmm.
never tell a person you're too broken, you can't date. That is your choice. Okay. But I will tell you that you need to work on things or you're just going to bring it into the next relationship. It's just going to go the same way again. So you have to work on yourself.
You do. So important.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah. Some great points. Those are good emails though. That was
Those were. There's, I mean, they're, hello, Bobby Love, won't you come say hi?
Puppy Love said you were yelling and screaming, Mom. He was on a soapbox.
Sorry, sorry. She said, Mom, calm down, calm down. Okay, I'm not wanting you to French kiss me. Yeah, babe, I am pretty passionate about this kind of stuff, and you know that because I just think that people can be better and they know what they're doing.
Right.
You can't tell me, no person can tell me. You made a choice. That's your choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for that choice. I'm not going to judge your choice. But your choice is what you made, and now you have circumstances. It's because of the choice you made. My
Right.
daddy always did the choices speech. You
Right.
got good choices and bad choices.
Right.
Like every time we did something wrong, we got the choices speech.
Right.
So I don't know.
No, I'm with
Which
you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Goodness gracious. Some
It's
people
good.
just have no heart. Y'all think about what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy to get to a place where you're so delusional or caught up in whatever you're going through and you make mistakes. People can make mistakes. I get it. But we had somebody this week that said it was one of my comments that said, why would you give people that power? Understand this. Trusting someone is not giving them power.
It's
Trusting them is
not.
what you're supposed to do. How you
Yes.
react to their disrespectful bullshit can give them power. But do not beat yourself up for trusting somebody like this.
I wish I
You
had a mic right now. I'd have dropped that bitch.
Well, maybe I'll put that on a clip. Somebody will tell me I'm
Do it,
mansplaining.
baby. Do it, baby. Do it.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up. You have anything you want to close out with? Or are you good?
No, I think I've been on my soapbox the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, you've really gone after it this episode.
I mean, it must be this hat. Maybe this is going to be my new podcast hat.
We gonna wear it every time then.
I love you, baby. Thank you.
We're gonna wrap it up. Make sure you guys again like, subscribe, turn on notifications, keep up to
Yes.
date with us. Lots of stuff coming up. Super, super fun. Super, super excited. So
Oh, but what's he say?
happy St. Patty's Day. You guys take
Yes.
care.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace,
Stay
love, and
safe,
light.
y'all.